Hello, my name is Ariah Garner. I'm currently a sophomore here at Shea. I'm so happy to be with all of you here tonight. Thank you for coming.
In rowing, there's a moment after the finish line where your lungs are burning and your legs feel like jello. It's in that moment of strain when you start to hear it.
Your teammates splash in the water and cheering like maniacs. In an instant, the pain disappears and you start to remember why you pushed yourself so hard in the first place. Celebration doesn't just mark victory, it fuels it.
Too often, we see celebration as a reward, something reserved for medals or top 3 finishes.
But what I've learned through rowing is that it's actually a part of the process. When we celebrate effort and not just outcomes, we strengthen the mental resilience that keeps us moving forward.
Having this mindset is ultimately what makes good teams great ones. Celebration in sports isn't just about the joy after victory. It's the factor that drives athletes to push themselves harder, stay motivated, and lift each other up.
To begin, many scientific studies have showed that synchronous behaviors can trigger endorphin release systems in the brain, especially in competitive environments.
It's been proven that whenever we feel a sense of bonding or commitment, the brain releases endorphins.
This happens whenever we're working together towards a common competitive goal. Crew is one of the only sports that requires the same amount of effort from everyone.
You win and lose together, but in the end, you will not finish the race if everyone is not giving it their absolute all.
This applies to other sports as well. The release of endorphins gives an overall feeling of accomplishment, relief, and satisfaction. The most well-known name for this occurrence in sports is the runner's high,
a rush that fuels athletes to push through exhaustion during competition. One study done by a group of Oxford students had their fellow classmates practice in isolation, then again in synchrony with the rest of their team.
The study concluded that the athletes who practiced in sync were more resistant to pain once the workout was over. Numbers also showed that their endorphin production increased by almost double.
This shows that when athletes compete together in perfect harmony, their bodies not only perform better, but also naturally rewards them for their effort.
Additionally, rowing can push athletes to their mental and physical limits. With early morning practices, repetitive motion, and constant fatigue, it is no easy sport.
Sports psychologist and ex-D1 rower Dr. Jenny Lynn Withicombe shares, I row for the blisters on my hands, the stinging in the shower, and for the scars on my legs. I row for the muscles in my body and for my health.
Crew teaches athletes how to silence their innermost self-doubts and stay mentally strong during times of pressure. As someone who's competed in many races, I can say that I've been my own worst enemy.
Every athlete experiences the same pain and exhaustion after practices and races. Their shared trauma can create trust and empathy within the team.
Team celebrations after races reinforce collective achievement. Recognizing effort and not just outcome gives athletes motivation to keep improving themselves. These moments of joy balance out the tough training, which ultimately keeps the spirit of the team alive.
Athletes learn patience, teamwork, and perseverance in this sport. These are all qualities that define character, arguably more than medals do.
In the end, rowing teaches us something far bigger than how to move a boat through the water. It teaches us that celebration is not an afterthought to competition. It's the very center of it.
Synchrony pushes us to release endorphins, shared struggle creates connections, and healthy competition lifts us higher than we could ever go alone.
The moments where we cheer, laugh, or just breathe together after a race aren't just emotional. They're deeply human reminders that we succeed when we work together.
So whether you're an athlete, a student, or just someone trying to achieve something challenging in your life, I want to challenge you to rethink the way that you approach your victories.
Don't wait for that perfect moment or for that first place medal. Celebrate those early mornings, all of your effort, and the people who push you to be your best self.
Because when you choose to celebrate the process and not just the outcome, you don't just create better teams.
You create stronger minds, stronger connections, and stronger people. Thank you.